So glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
We had so much fun on our photo shoot.
Yes, we did. Thank you for going through that heat.
It was 200 degrees that day.
I know. Of course, the one day we chose.
Well, you held up great. It was so fun being in Sugar Land. Tell us, you're involved in Sugar Land.
I am, yes.
So tell us about that.
I have lived there for 20 years, and I served in Sugar Land as an elected official.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first black person elected to their city council, and I think the third woman, and the youngest. So I did all
at once. Records. Yeah, you just shattered everything at one time.
So I did that, and I served for many years, and then before then, I was actually the city planner. So my claim to fame is town center. That's why I wanted us to go there.
It's so pretty there.
Thank you.
So you were involved in the
So I was
development of that.
actually involved in the development and planning of town center, and then years later, I ran for council. So Sugar Land is near and dear to me for many reasons.
Phenomenal. So what do you do now? I know you're involved with Fox 26. Tell us about that.
I have a host of political show called The Roundup, and it airs every Sunday morning from 6 to 8. All my friends are like, I know, all my friends are like, no, that's too
recorded.
I appreciate all my friends who record, and I have a public affairs consulting firm. I've had that now for 16 years. So public affairs and policy, and it's really the Houston region. So I'm very active out in Brazoria County and Fort Bend, Montgomery counties, and in Houston.
How did you get involved in being interested in the workings of politics and that type of thing?
I've always found politics fascinating, and when I was a sophomore in college, Congressman Jack Fields came to our class, and he was just talking about, he was just a guest lecturer.
Where'd you go to school?
U of H. I'm a cougar.
Okay. So am I.
But I was going to say, now that I'm in my 40s,
no, actually, I
didn't date younger guys. I know, and I date younger guys. I'm a cougar in a lot of ways.
You're right. I'm a longhorn and a cougar. Okay, so you're sitting in class.
So we're sitting in class, and I found what he did fascinating, and I actually went to his office because he was my congressman. So I went to his office the next week, and he hired me as an intern. So he will tell everyone that he is responsible for me being involved in politics. I think he's right.
That sounds like he is right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you didn't have you weren't interested in it before that?
It was my major, so I've always had an interest in following it, but what I wanted to do with it, I don't know. At first I wanted to be a lawyer. And in fact, it's sort of ironic because now everyone thinks I'm a lawyer, but I went and got my master's in city planning. But at first I was thinking I was going to go to law school. Political science is a common subject for lawyers.
Right.
But then I really got into the science of political science, and I really got involved in campaigns. So that that took me on another angle.
That's phenomenal. So I'll bet you really enjoy being able to have a commentary show and an outlet for all of that.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, whenever Fox approached me about the show, I didn't even know the show existed, and they asked me to come out, and they said, hey, we want you to be one of our hosts. And I was like, really? You want to pay me to talk about politics?
Wow.
Yeah.
What time? 6 in the morning?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
My Saturdays are now gone.
Yeah, you don't go out. I won't catch you out in the clubs on Saturday night, right?
Friday and Sunday.
Well, I'll go out on your behalf on Saturday night.
Thank you.
So tell us where you're from. You are...
I'm Caribbean, so I came to this country at the age of 7. And actually, my parents are from a small French West Indies island called St. Martin.
I've been there.
Oh, then you know it's awesome.
It's so awesome.
And all my relatives are still there. But I was born in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands.
So are your parents French?
Both of my parents are French.
Okay.
And so I know. And,
wow.
But I'm American born because St. Croix is U.S. territory. But we came to the United States when I was 7.
Why did you leave St. Croix?
I always get that question. How did you get from the Virgin Islands to Baytown?
Oh, I smell oil.
ExxonMobil. My dad worked for Brown and Root. So they came down to the island and recruited him. And he said it was only going to be for 1 year, and 40-something years later, we're still here.
And so your family's still here?
My parents are, but all my relatives are still in St. Martin.
So I guess you go back and forth quite a bit.
I sure do. I go to visit all of my relatives, and I have property in a house in St. Croix. So
Oh,
I
really?
go both.
You hear that, everybody? You got somewhere to stay in St. Croix.
Oh, believe me, people have taken advantage of that already. Everyone compares me to the character on Scandal because
The Kerry Washington?
Yes,
That's
because-
like one of my favorite shows.
Me
I'm
too.
like obsessed with that show.
I am too. And what she does is comparable to what I do. She
Yeah.
just does it in DC, I do it here.
Right.
So but one of the best things I love about that show is her style. Because it's exactly how someone in our profession can actually dress. We're still professional, but there's still a little sexiness there to it.
Yeah, and she wears a lot of cute pants and,
Mhm.
you know, she always wears really pretty coats. Have you noticed
Yes,
that?
I have noticed that. And it's a great transition because there are many times I don't have time to change. I'm running from meeting to meeting to meeting.
Mhm.
And so it's a great, she has a lot of transitional pieces. And if you wear layers, you can just sort of take some of the jackets off.
Right. Awesome. So what is one of your favorite indulgences?
I love furs. I have a
Oh, you
lot.
do?
I have a lot of furs. And
But you
I
live
live
in
in Houston. I
And you
know.
visit St. Croix.
I know, but I do go to New York when I get a chance. The shows are really, I go there for the shopping and the shows.
Uh-huh.
So, but I love furs and I love jewelry.
Yeah.
So I think those. I
Those are
usually don't
expensive
indulge. I don't
indulgences.
indulge for myself because I have 2 teenage boys.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, when I do indulge, it's sort
It's a
of
fur, like a fur coat or fur
Mhm.
jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm usually wearing my long, full length.
Like the minute the temperature goes below 60, you're like,
Well, for me,
Got it.
Think about it. For me, that's very cold.
well, yeah, exactly. No wonder you need all those fur
That's
coats.
right.
Do you have any irrational fears?
Yes, and I had it coming here. I am
So
so
being interviewed on Bethy Live.
No, you're a doll. No, I love this. But no, I have this fear, and it's so sad because it's getting worse as I'm getting older
They
of
all-
being on an elevator.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just have this fear that I'm gonna just get trapped.
So you,
I felt it coming up. I mean,
so when you get in an elevator, you really, really feel.
I'm starting to get like really just like.
It's not just your average, oh, I
No.
don't like this.
No,
little-"
it's starting to, and I'm like, okay, I can really get in really good shape if I start climbing all the stairs of all the buildings.
What do you do when you get in a really tall building?
I just pray. One time I climbed 17 flights because of this fear.
Wow.
Today I actually took the elevator
You did?
because I remember, I was thinking about what my fears are, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take the elevator today.
So
But
you-
then when it closed, I was like, oh my god.
Wow. That's not an unusual fear. I don't think anyone really enjoys elevators, but you're beyond that.
Yeah, I
You're
think I take
like-
it to the next level.
Yeah, like almost a panic thing.
Yeah, it's close.
So, what was I gonna say something. Oh, okay. So, are you afraid it's gonna get stuck?
Yes, I'm afraid it's gonna get stuck and no one will realize it, and I will die in the elevator. Like 10 years later, they're like, "Who's this little girl in the elevator? She looks like she died or something. Oh my goodness, how many years has she been stuck in here?" I miss my son's weddings, and yeah, all because I got in an elevator. I know, very
Oh, that's
strange.
hilarious.
I know.
So tell us, I think you just did, but tell us something humorous about yourself.
Well, especially because on my show I'm very conservative, or I
Uh-huh.
speak from the conservative viewpoint. I have this I'm very playful,
Mm-hmm.
and when I get in my car, I like to jam to like rap music. My sons, okay, this is the irony.
Do you
okay?
like current rap or 80s or 90s rap?
I like the current stuff because
Uh-huh.
I have 2 teenage sons.
Yeah.
And but here's the ironic thing. They learned all this rap stuff from their white friends. And I'm like,
yeah, that's
what?
hilarious.
Like when
Yeah.
my sons were at Kincaid, they would blast like rap and rap music. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And you're like, wait, what?
So after being in the car with them forever, I sort of like And it's great for running.
I love
I
that
like the
music.
beat. I like the beat for running. So my boys think it's hilarious. I blast my radio really, really loud.
Terrific.
And I jam to it when I'm driving my car.
Now, have you met any of the Houston rappers? Because we are like home of rappers.
No, I haven't. And you know, my sons know some guys that, I mean, he's always like, oh, that's from Houston, or they're from Houston.
Oh, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of them here. I mean, this is really like, we are known for our
I
rap
see them on
scene.
in the papers and stuff. But to be honest with you, I don't even know who sings these songs, and I don't even know what they're saying. But I like the beat.
I like the beat. I went to, Bun B started his trilogy tour. This was like a year ago, a year and a half ago. And I went to it down at Warehouse Live, and Kurt Cobain sang, and Bun B, and it was, I love it. I mean, we've got a lot of good rappers here.
That's what my son says. He told me all that.
In
But
fact, I
just
want to
like-
interview one for my website. Maybe I should talk to your son. Do you know anybody? So, if you weren't in your present occupation, or I should say occupations, what would you dream of doing?
I really like what I do.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that.
I really, really do.
Yeah, so you're living your dream.
I am living my dream. I
That's
really
awesome.
am. My dad told me that. He said, you know, you're going to spend so much time at your job. Choose a profession based or around something that you're passionate about and you really enjoy. And what I'm passionate about is making a positive change.
Mm-hmm.
And policy is about making the world better
Yeah.
and making a positive change.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want my boys to see, my men, to see when they look at me and they're making their decisions where their career should be. But I really like my job.
Well, it's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Thank you
That's
for
a
having
wrap.
me.
Thank you.